Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne, and we welcome to our network of podcasting hubs and networks and things like that, KRLA Radio in Los Angeles. We're very happy and proud to be part of that family. You can check them out at krla.com and 870 AM if you're in the LA area. We go to Boston, one of my favorite cities, because of all the food there. There's a man there. His name is Ted Finn, and he is, I believe you're the CEO of Uplift. Is that correct?
Yes, Mark, that is correct. I am CEO and co-founder of Uplift.
And that is an app that will help you with jet lag. And it hit me that if it helps you with jet lag, maybe it would help with time change. And so I called Ted and said, will it? And he said, yeah, we just need to program it a little bit differently. But I thought we'd talk about, jet lag and the time change, because it does affect many people. Having that extra hour of sleep on Sunday is good. And when we're airing this, that was last week. But it can take a week or more to some people to adjust to time change and jet lag. Is there any correlation between the two, Ted?
Mark, good question. Yes, there is, because both daylight savings time and jet lag are created because of artificial means. In the case of jet lag, it's due to jet travel, changing your body clocks much faster than it's able to adjust. And in terms of daylight savings, here in the United States, we started daylight savings during World War II with the intent of trying to save energy during the wartime effort.
And that was because the day would start earlier, right? The sunlight, and farmers could go out and do their thing earlier. Is that why we created it?
At that time, the feeling was that we could save valuable energy, electricity, coal with longer daytime and save on lighting. And actually, the data shows today that it really doesn't have that effect.
Oh, that's interesting. But I prefer it to standard.
Interesting.
I do. In fact, I think California voted last year to do away with regular standard and stay on daylight. I don't know if it passed or not. We voted on it. Do you have an idea, Daryl?
Sure. Today, there are only two states that do not observe daylight savings time. They are Arizona and Hawaii. The rest of us do observe daylight savings time, although quite a few states have voted to make the change away from daylight savings time, but we're waiting on the federal government to make a decision there.
Huh. Interesting. I think it did pass here. I thought Arizona was on daylight savings time all year round. I know that I have friends and clients in Arizona, and when I call them today, it's the same time. But
Right.
if I call them next week after the time change, they're an hour ahead of me.
So Arizona keeps what we would call standard time all year long.
Got it.
And they don't change the clocks in the spring and change them back
In the fall.
in the fall. And they've been doing that actually for over 50 years.
Well, there's something positive about Arizona other than the sun, right?
Well, Arizona is one of those states that didn't need any more sunshine, especially in the summer when it's well over 100 degrees. So they did it for very practical reasons and have maintained it ever since.
In talking about the time changes, jet lag, in our previous segment, we talked about circadian rhythms. Is our circadian rhythms involved in jet lag, time change? as well.
Yes. Our circadian rhythms are generally regulated by the light cycle, sunrise and sunset of where we live. So, when we travel by jet plane and end up on the other side of the world, we're in a completely different light-dark cycle. And that creates what is medically known as desynchronosis. We are desynchronized from our home place, and then we have to adjust to our new place. And the friction and the adjustment is what we call jet lag. And that's why it makes us uncomfortable, and that's how we can be totally exhausted and lying awake in the middle of the night at the same time.
And Uplift, which is an app that works on both Android and iPhones, and I've used it. I went to Europe last year. I used it. I used it a couple of months ago, actually, going to the East Coast, even though it's only a 3-hour time change. And it was really terrific because it's using acupressure points that you press in a certain way depending on where you leave from, where you go to, and it's amazing.
Our acupressure treatment helps to reset or resync your body clock to your new time so that you don't experience the effects of desynchronosis, otherwise known as jet lag. And we do that with a mobile app so that you can do it yourself anywhere in the world where you're connected.
Interesting. Can this be adopted for daylight savings time and time changes?
We are looking at that now because daylight savings time is the biggest artificial experiment on the planet with people changing time. And with jet lag, we're dealing with people like yourself. You changed 3 hours, as you said. You traveled east-west across the United States, or you traveled 9 hours from California to Europe. Just changing the clocks 1 hour has huge effects on human beings.
Not necessarily positive.
Not necessarily positive. The good news is when we change the clocks on November 1st, we are falling back, and technically we're going to get the same or more sleep. So that's really good news. When we spring forward next March, studies have shown that there are more car accidents in the couple of days following that change, that the Monday after we spring forward, there are 24% more heart attacks than any other Monday of the year.
Whoa.
And this is a 1-hour shift.
So if I have an 18-hour flight from L.A. to South Africa or Australia, there's a good chance that I could have a heart attack?
No, you're putting a lot of stress on your body.
Right.
So we can't say for sure what's going to happen. What we do know is it's going to take you a while to adjust, especially without Uplift, because NASA studies have shown that it can take from 12 to 24 hours to adjust for each hour of time change.
Wow. Daryl, go ahead. You have a quick question.
No, I said I had met a woman on an airplane, and she was working for Hard Rock, and they let her stay an hour for every an extra day for every hour of time change while she was traveling. So.
Wow. That shows that they're a good company, or were a good company.
Yeah, I'm trying to take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. Ted, we're out of time. What's the website for Uplift?
So you can find us at www.upliftnaturally.com. Upliftnaturally.com.
Thank you, Ted Finn, for giving us some heads up on daylight savings time and jet lag here on Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We'll be back with Robert Clancy as we wrap up this edition of Late Night Health. Join us at latenighthealth.com. We'll have Ted's picture there, Amber's picture, and Robert's picture is there all the time, and links to their websites. Don't go away. More coming up as Late Night Health continues.
Welcome to Guide to the Soul. This is Robert Clancy. Grief can be such a burden on your heart. It can be crippling to the point where you can't even seem to function. I've been there, and I know that pain. But I also know you're not alone in that sorrow. We're all going through something in this life. Just as the sun has to face dark days, so do we. But the sun also has to shine again. Letting go of grief is not about letting go of your loved one. It's about making room in your heart for the love that you hold for them. If you have great grief, then you must have a very big heart too. It's time to fill your heart with that love and share it with everyone.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com. Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We're here at KRLA Radio. We're at K-Tahoe Radio, K-Mine Radio. We are on iTunes. We are on Spreaker. We are on lots and lots of places, so you can get the latest news and information about health, especially health from an alternative point of view. Oh, SoundCloud. We get a lot of people on SoundCloud listening to. We're going to go to upstate New York as we do each and every week. We're going to spend some time with the author of The Messenger, an international best-selling book by Robert Clancy. Congratulations, Robert.
Well, thank you so much. And it's great to be here on KRLA. So welcome, everyone.
And Robert, let before we talk about truth, just let's talk about what you do, what you bring to the program. My connection is spirituality and health, and that if you're more spiritual, you tend to be healthier. Would that be an accurate description of what we're doing here together?
Absolutely. Each week I try to bring an inspirational thought, something that comes in, something that's topical, things that happen either out there in the world or to me personally, and love to reflect on them. And it really is a great learning experience and how it does change your health and attitude. So it's really important to take those momentary pauses in your life to reflect on these things.
And to be grateful every day. Grateful
Absolutely.
And full of love. Your inspirational message today is about truth. What is truth?
Yes, so this is my inspirational thought. Your heart only knows truth, so let it speak that glory to the world. And I was just reflecting on something and about how many times in my life where I was absolutely 100% truthful, and you're facing someone who is not truthful, and they're telling something about you that's not truthful, and you are just devastated in that moment because you're thinking, wait a minute, I'm with the truth. I'm telling the truth about this situation. This person is, for all intents and purposes, lying about whatever that is, and trying to get other people to believe that. And it can be very hurtful. So how do you transcend that? And I thought about this this past week, about those moments, and you get stressed and you lose sleep because you're thinking, wait a minute, I'm the one that's with the truth. So when you hold on to that and believe, and I've always had others say, God knows the truth that I'm speaking. And sometimes you have to hold that in your heart.
I'm trying not to ask one of those far-off questions that you think I do sometimes. It's hard to do that. If you know you're telling the truth and somebody is saying, no, you didn't, or has put a spin on whatever situation, it really is hurtful. But you're saying you just need to walk away from that, or turn the other cheek, or forget about it?
Well, sometimes it's not necessarily turning the other cheek. It's just standing up for what you believe and holding on to that and not changing your story or trying to overtly convince other people when you know the truth. And eventually, my grandmother always had a great saying. It was, it would always come out in the laundry in the end. So
right.
Once it goes through that, the truth will set you free. It will be revealed at some point, and I've been in those situations, and so the outcome of those 99.999% of the time has been, oh my God, I should have believed you. I now see the truth. I know what's been happening, and I understand now, and I'm so sorry that this, you went through this, but then it came to light. And that's the light that you hold on to. And if you just stay with the truth, it will eventually work its way out.
Every time? Most of the time?
About, I've had it pretty close. So there's those moments, but also you have to, have some tools to get through those difficult times. And that's really what we're talking about today, is your health and how this can affect you with the stress or the thought of, what are other people thinking about me, and what are they believing, and how do they know? And I always rely on my close friends, because they're the ones that know the true me. They're the people that have been there. And, true friends are there to lift you up in those dark times. And not only that, but they put you on their shoulders and hold you there. And I had somebody recently say, I said something to them. I said, now do you believe me? And they said, I've always believed you.
Wow. There's that old joke, guy gets a traffic ticket, and he says, but your officer, I wasn't speeding. You were speeding. No. And he goes through the court, he goes through and they strap him into the electric chair, right? He says, but I'm telling the truth. Nobody believes him. You
bring up an important point of the other side of this is to tell the truth, and when you are actually speaking the truth. So I thought of while you were saying that, I thought of this one time when I was pulled over, and I rolled the window down and I said, hi, officer, and I knew that I was about 10 miles or whatever over the speed limit, and he said, sir, do you have license and registration, know how fast you were going? I said, I do. I blanked out. I was 10 miles over the speed limit. I shouldn't have been doing it. He went back to his car. He came back, and then I was just sitting there waiting. I'm like, oh, my God, I got a ticket. I'm going to have to deal with this. And this car goes zooming past me. I'm sitting there waiting. I look in my rearview mirror, and there's nobody there. He's gone.
Oh, my.
And that was it. I just drove away. I was like, do I just leave? So the truth will set you free sometimes. It's the way it works.
That's a great story. That really is. I guess, telling the truth to your family, to business, to your friends, it's just the way to live a life, isn't it? Rather than and we all tend to do little white lies. We do bendies. We bend the truth a little bit.
Yeah, there's times when you're trying not to hurt someone's feelings. So how I approach that is, I don't ever use the phrase to be honest with you, to tell you the truth. I use the words to be open with you. And there's a difference there. Because when I hear somebody say that, or I think I'm saying, to be completely honest with you, I think, well, what have I been before that? Have I not been completely honest? And really what I'm saying is I haven't been completely open and revealing everything, all of my feelings. And that's where the line is. And you really want to, walk that line and be open with people. And sometimes, what I've found is that when you are open that way, it creates this level of trust. And they say, thank you for telling me that, because most people wouldn't have.
And at the same time, you don't want to say to somebody who says, Well, another joke. Your wife says, Bob, do I look fat in this dress? That's a lose-lose question. From a wife to a husband, there's got to be something that a husband says to a wife that's the same thing. If you say, yes, you look fat, forget it. If you say, no, you look beautiful, honey, and you mean it, they say, no, I think I look fat. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I have a different way of approaching that, Mr. Allen.
Okay, and that is?
I just say, you always look beautiful to me, no matter what you're wearing.
I do that too. Or, you didn't notice my hair. Anyway, I love that one.
Yeah.
Right?
You didn't notice mine because God took that a while ago.
Yeah, exactly. It just happens. Robert, thank you very much. Congratulations on the book, The Messenger. If people are interested, your website is?
It's guidetothesoul.com.
Guidetothesoul.com. Lots of great information there, some videos, links, all kinds of things. And a special thank you, Robert, in your thank you in the Messenger. You thanked us here at Late Night Health, and we appreciate that. Well, we are out of time. Thank you very much for tuning in here at KRLA and online and our other radio stations, K-Tahoe, K-Mine. And we will be back next week. Have a great week, everybody. Have a good week, and most importantly, have a healthy week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
The latest from the greatest, the best in new music by classic rockers, with your host, the insane Daryl Wayne.
This is Alice Cooper, and if Daryl Wayne is insane, what does that make me? Criminally insane. Stick around to find out.
Many of the artist interviews for the latest from the greatest have been captured on audio book. There is a Volume 1 and Volume 2. Great information and conversations with people in the industry and people surrounded by the industry, and of course the rock stars themselves.
I'm the Reverend Al Green, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne. And I said Wayne Insane.
You can find it on Amazon or Blackstone Audio. Search for the latest from the greatest from Daryl Wayne, Darrell Wayne.
Hello, this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne, aren't you?
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308.